Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good evening. Sean Higgs coming at you here. Little look at lines. Week 1 NFL action. Winning free picks. Max wagers, of course. Picks and parlays. We'll get to, these are the picks from the Midday Money Show. You're new. If I haven't seen you in a bit, why do I feel like we'll see some old faces yet new faces with the late show? People not around during the day, I understand. We work. People have jobs. Can't come in to see me live. I mean, 12 noon. Let's be honest. You got a little flexible to watch a live show. Now, again, first time popping in or finding me on the channel. One, I got to say, I was going through like some old videos. I was like, you know what? I got the Midday Money show records below for baseball and NFL preseason, and I added college football and NFL. And I was going back. I was trying to find. I had written them down on my paper notes from daily, but I was trying to find before the show, like the plus money for college football. NFL is going to be basically break even, 6 games over 500. Although I do have a couple of money lines in there, so that's basically a break even point there at 53%, whatever it is. But looking at some of the past views, I'm like last year we're doing a show in the summer. Again, this was, I don't know if I just did it on winning free picks as opposed to mix it in a little picks and parlays. But viewers are cut in half. But obviously now when I go to the picks and parlays channel, a lot more views there than. But obviously, some of the people watching picks and parlays no longer watch on winning free picks. But it is what it is. Hope everybody's doing good today. Quick baseball update for those wondering who had in baseball today. I had the Marlins. They blew that one. I had the Mariners. They pulled that one out. Had the Giants. My guy Michael Buena, big Giant fan, up 4-0. Give back 6 in the third. Go up 7-6. Get back at 7 spot. Unbelievable. And we'll see what happens. So those are my games, and I currently have the Pirates to wrap up the night. Maybe go 2-2. Again, dogs. It is what it is. 0-1. We'll talk base. We'll get to the football show here. And I'll do this as I did. Well, actually, I don't know if I really did a look at lines last year for preseason, as opposed to just kind of talk about it daily when it came up or game day. But look headlines we'll do every Sunday. It's usually 10 o'clocker. Basically usually around like halftime-ish of the Sunday night game. But I try to keep it around 10. Keep it kind of bit on the schedule for everybody. And what I do is we get all the lines. And I actually have the lines from the summer, obviously. Super Bowl comes out. Every game is posted every week, the entire season. We have those numbers. We actually have week 1 and 2 NFL. But if you didn't know, new to betting, Wednesday, the lines for the next week come out. So it's a good little jump point for people like me. I look at those lines. I see what I have my kind of numbers at. And then by Sunday afternoon, those lines start moving. And then you'll see where you're at, where the initial thought was, beginning of the season, just 4 or 5 days prior, and where they moved to. I know people don't like jumping in ahead of time. And it's understandable. You're betting for fun, new to betting. You don't have crazy bankroll to tie up, whether it be tens of dollars, $100, or in my case, tens of thousands. You load up NFL and college football futures. You have thousands of dollars tied up for 5-6 months. NFL, baseball. We got futures rolling from March all the way through October. But there is value to be kind of had. We'll see. It doesn't mean you win them all, right? We had under 33 last week's game. Didn't get there. Closed at 30.5. It's nice to be on the right side. Today, you see it here. We have the Ravens. I put that at 4.5. That line has moved We'll talk about it's down to 3.5. Went to 5, now down to 3.5. Total, though, the big mover, 34 to 31.5. And the Jet game is what I put out. I'll probably be adding a couple other these are just what I put out last, I guess, Saturday. But we'll start things up. Let me just jump in the comments here. Earls are here. What is going on? How are you? Yeah, we're live, baby. Yeah, we're live. We are live. It's just me, you, and the Earls. Earls are probably sitting around, giddy about their Mets. So, Thursday, Giants. This is my best bet game, so I'm really not going to get into this game often or a lot. Links below if you want it. 39 for a week, or you can pay 35 for the game. So the Giants, minus 130 on the money line, -2. Total is 34. On the flip side of that, you get the Patriots plus 115. This line last Wednesday, Giants were a 2-point dog. Totally flipped, which is kind of interesting based on, Belichick's history. The guy wins a little bit. We might know that from his Super Bowl victories. 9-2 ATS last couple years. 50-35 on the preseason ATS run for him. Pretty good numbers. We'll talk about, the next Thursday game here. Again, this one here, I'm not really going to jump into too much. I have a play on it. Go get it. Titans and the Ravens, though, again, this was a 4. I went up to 5. I thought it would go to 5. The drop down, though, based on, no Lamar, Harbaugh comes out. A lot of guys not playing, which is something, we'll talk about as we hit these games, little bits and pieces that I look at and what you should look at and what a lot of people look at. Now, we all know Harbaugh, 20 straight preseason victories, 18-1-1 against the spread, 40-12 in preseason ATS. Not too shabby. But here's one of those things where it comes down to why preseason, some people don't like it. It's you can have an edge when Jim Harbaugh comes out. It's like, hey, Lamar's not playing. A couple other starters not playing. This team missed a lot of games, a lot of injury games last year, right? Guys get banged up. I'm sure he doesn't want that again. Right. So on the flip side of that, you hear Shanahan and San Fran's like, you know what? Our starters are going to be playing this week. But the coaches kind of walk it through. Reps for this guy. We're doing this. You see the line moves. In this one here, like I said, I got the Ravens. I don't mind Lamar's not playing. I get Huntley and Hudley. Hopefully they get some action here. Listen, if it's all Anthony Brown, I'm going to think I might have a little problem getting the cover here. I get the other two guys for decent amount of action versus guys who will be backups or practice squad or not even in the league. I like the chances here. Now, even if you look back at the Ravens wins in this 20-game win streak for them, 17-16, and you got close 1-point games. It's not like, hey, it's guaranteed. Like, you're not talking blowout stuff like that. Winning a lot of coaches does not matter to some of these coaches. Harbaugh likes to win, obviously. 20 straight. But you have other guys. We're looking around at rosters, fill in spots, execution. The Giants playing the Patriots. Sometimes you have Pats breaking in some new coordinators. You got a head coach who likes to win. On the other side of things, you have a Giant team, new offense coordinator, defense coordinator, head coach, taking over team off 4 wins. Does he got a little more motivation than Belichick? Probably, but you also bring in a whole new squad of everything all over the place. So you got to kind of weigh what you're looking at here for these kind of things. And like I say in the Midday Money Show, just because it's the early game for day baseball doesn't mean you got to bet it, folks. It's the Sunday night game. You don't got to bet. You don't got to bet preseason game because it's preseason. There's 2 games for it. You don't have to bet them because I got to bet it's football. Find the edge. Titans, rotation here. Who I think we're going to get a lot of Malik Willis, the rookie. They've been using him in uh, their practices now. Logan Woodside. I mean, are these two guys you're confident in, even with no real I don't say effort, but the comment wise from Harbaugh obviously looks like he's gonna kind of leave some of the other guys out. But okay, that's a team that's looking for playoffs. You want to try to find guys who fit. Guys are gonna be hungry at their kind of play. So give me the Ravens. I got them already. We'll see what happens. You know, QB rotations very important. I that's one of my favorite preseason uh, things to look at. Will be the rotation quarterbacks, especially on a team that's deep of QBs. You know, you get a guy who's started NFL games. He's coming in facing guys who won't even be suiting up in 3 weeks. Let's move on to some Friday games here. Falcons -1 against the Lions. Here's a spot now. Again, just not even a week ago. Detroit was a 3-point fave. Hard Knocks comes, they're an underdog. And normally, right? You look at these two clubs, and you got I like the Lions. I told you I got the Lions week 1 already, plus the points here versus Philly in regular season. You'd think like, all right, hey, I'm you want to jump on a Lions team? They look kind of pumped up. Everybody excited about them. See them on Hard Knocks, this and that. Falcons themselves are busting in a little new coach. You know, Marcus Mariota is their quarterback here. Desmond Riddler and Felipe Franks. Felipe Interception Franks, old Miami Hurricane cat. That is you know, again, I kind of like the Lions. I'm not gonna lie. Did I bet this one in preseason? No. Tim Boyle, David Blau. Uh, who know? I don't know how to say his name. I say this in baseball time. I mispronounce names. But they've had a little action. I might actually lean a little bit to Detroit there. Detroit Lenny will probably be happy with that one. Do one more game and I'll hit the comment. I see some comments coming up here. Browns and the Jags. Browns a 1.5-point fave. See, I got to flip over my QB rotation because I wrote the lines down on the back here when I printed them out. 1.5, 33. This was a 33 total. Now it's up to 35. And I got to tell you, I kind of like the Jags here. I see Cleveland in some spots now as and this was only a half hour ago before the show. I went through and wrote down these new lines. I know I have Browns plus 1.5 here. I see Cleveland as a -1. Now, that scores to Sean Watson's supposed to play, right? Here, Watson's going to get the nod here. That's fine. I'm locked in on Jags already. Because even if he does play, he hasn't played in a bit. I know he's missed a couple games. Guys backing him up. And this is a decent rotation. Like, this is a team, Cleveland, you want to kind of look to play on and look at your quarterbacks like, oh, why not? I got Brissett was a starter. Got some experience here. Dobbs has gotten some reps. And Josh Rosen was a starter. So you got guys who've all started. I'm not saying they've been successful. Jacoby Brissett's, I like him as a backup. I mean, I won't feel bad with that guy coming in for a couple games. Quarterback gets hurt. But you have 4 guys on a brand new team, right? I mean, Watson's new here. Brissett's new here. Well, not really. He's not new here. He was here. Rosen. New. It's just as much as you like those names for preseason, a lot of off the field stuff that could mess that up there. And on top of that, I got a Jaguar team totally embarrassed last week on national TV. A head coach with a Super Bowl ring is probably like, that's how I come out. My team looks like that. Now, I'm not saying the Jags are going to win 8 games this year, be some phenomenal turnaround, worst to first kind of thing. You have a bad year like that, and everything I'd seen with them, players seemed more pumped and behind the coach, and to come out and just play terrible. That was just a yeesh. That the under should have been there. Even at 30, it should have been there. My goodness, Jacksonville. So, regardless of the Cleveland news, I am still on the Jags. But let's get to the anybody in here. Mets cost me money. Had the under 8.5. Yeah, Tim. Who had? I didn't think they're going to explode for a 10 spot today. That chubby guy right there. Vogelbach. Lane. Yes, we do look at lines normally on Sunday nights, regular season NFL, but it's week one preseason. So I'll come in on a Wednesday. We'll talk about it a little bit. I'm a Jets fan. We're going to play our first team 1 or 2 series. Our says the head coach. I think they should play a series or two. I mean, what are you going to? I mean, get in there. I know White. I like the Jets. I like the Jets. They were talk about the game up next on the card here. They were a 1.5 dog. Now they're basically a pick 'em. Bryce Hall running back should be solid. I like the Jets team. Again, that's a team I kind of like in week one versus the Ravens. So Giants QB duel. Yeah, listen. You have Jones, who's right, not this guy's quarterback. He didn't draft him. New head coach. He doesn't care. I think he'll give Daniel Jones a shot. Right? He's going to give him a shot out there. Tyrod Taylor, though, another guy. He's got a little NFL experience. You're telling me he's going to get half the reps here? He's going to get half a game? And Davis, I kind of like Davis Webb. You know, they just kind of jumped over him onto Daniel Jones. And to be honest with you, it would not shock me if Daniel Jones has a poor preseason. If they cut him and just go with Tyrod and Webb as a backup. Because, I mean, not that Tyrod Taylor's the answer at QB. They'll look to draft somebody. What do you keep Daniel Jones for? Why? Throw Tyrod out there. Throw Davis Webb out there. Let's also test out kickers. Yeah, well, the kicking, listen, like I said the other day, if you want to look at some wacky in-game prop stuff like that, I'm all for looking for a 2-point conversion. It's probably heavy juice, and I'm not the juice guy. Definitely not the juicer. But yeah, I mean kickers, and that's. Are they gonna pull up and be like, yeah, let's try a 46-yard field goal instead of going for it? Maybe it's that's something. Lane, normally you see a team 4th and 17, go for it. Who cares? I don't care about this. Let's see what you guys can do. But you gotta test out some kickers. Maybe Jets are gonna try to put the points on the board and not worry about trying to get 4th down conversions. Groovy says, "Thank you for the information." I like the Lions also. Blau will do good. Yeah, I think he's had some starts in the NFL, if my memory serves me correctly. And I don't know. Detroit Landing would back us up there, but he's probably crying that they fired the Tigers GM. Browns all the way. Dobbs is good. I kind of like Dobbs. Again, the Brown rotation's a nice rotation. But the whole, are they everything's Watson's that's just a question for everybody on the team. Stimmy. OG Stimmy. He got the OG there because he was an original midday money guy before it was midday money. Stimmy, what do we call? You know what? I got to go back and watch those first preview shows and those first tournament shows from March. I don't even know what we called it. Didn't even know what we called it. Let's get back to some games here. So Jets and the Eagles. Jets were a dog. Here, they're -1. Half hour ago, it was down to a pick 'em. So a little buyback on Philly. And Philly is a team. I've done a couple preview shows. I did a Philly team preview. I did a NFC East preview. I don't, I think the line kind of bounced back down here because you think Gardner Minshew is going to get a lot of action, right? I don't see Hurts playing, but this is a team that looked at Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson to replace this guy. I don't know. I think he has to come in. And I never understood not like playing some quarterback a little bit. I mean, I kind of get you don't want your guy to get hurt, and you get maybe a game or two, right? A lot of preseason games, nobody goes to them, waste of money. They charge you out the wazoo. But I don't think you could really replicate game speed and somebody coming out who wants to take your head off. And Hurts is still kind of learning. I mean, he's got some new toys to play with on offense. Giving him one game, I don't know. And for this, if and I didn't look before the show, if we're getting Gardner Minshew for a half, I'll be a little worried about my jet bet, honestly. Arizona and the Bengals. Kyler Murray with his COVID will be out, which is, you know what? Maybe good for him. He's going to get a lot of questions about that contract. Colt McCoy, Trace McSorley. Who's going to get the bulk here? Trace McSorley going to get the bulk of the snaps here? This is a game I really don't really have any like on here. I mean, obviously, no Burrow. Who are we getting? Jake Browning? Brandon Allen? I mean, this was a 2. It's a 1.5. The totals dropped 2.5, 33.5 to 31. It was 31.5 when I wrote these up yesterday, so it's come down a half point just since yesterday. Guess we'll lean under there. The Pack and the Niners. I gotta say, I did this with Ross Benjamin, and I'm like, I kind of like the Pack a little bit at first. I'm like, you know what, Jordan Love, you figure he's going to go half the game, right? You what? Rodgers is 40. You drafted this guy in the first round. Throw him out there, see what you got. And number 2 of my thinking there was like, I do not like the Niners head coach. Cost me enough. Super Bowl against when he was with Atlanta. Super Bowl versus Kansas City, blowing a 10-point lead. What do we get on Trey Lance? Trey Lance, he said the starter's going to play here. So we're going to get some Trey Lance. People love Trey Lance. I don't know. I'm all over Niners under for the season. Not a Trey Lance guy. No Garoppolo, right? They're not playing him. They're still hoping to trade this guy. I mean, you better trade him. Because if Lance comes out and they start 1-4 or something, and Garoppolo comes in for mop-up duty, and he does something, you got a problem on your hands. You got problems. Because if you got 2 quarterbacks, you have 0 quarterbacks. And right now, I don't know if you have any quarterbacks. Sudfeld, I think he'll get a chunk here. Got to be happy. He's a decent guy. He's seen action before. And when I say decent, I'm just talking he's played in these games before. He's got NFL experience coming in versus guys with 0 experience. He should be able to excel a little bit. And you got Brock Purdy. And even it's odd because it was 3, and with the news of him saying starters are playing, it's come down half. I don't know. Listen, throw out the key numbers. Don't worry about, it's 2.5. They only got to win by 3. This is preseason. They don't care about the win. They'll go for it on 4th and 7 from this, I don't think maybe they'll line up for a game-winning field goal and win by 1. You see where these lines are. You see a lot of totals are pretty much the same kind of thing. If you like a dog, just take a money line. If you like one of these fades, and you see some of these numbers are different for 2.5s too. Most of the books are kind of around the same, but some are different. Some are different. If you want to lay to 120, I'm not going to say no to 120, even 130. Now it's up to you. It's up to you. All right, we'll get to Saturday in a second. Let's see what we got going on in here. Well, it's coming in on Arizona. Lakes, Arizona over the Bengals, huh? Why you like them over there? Wow. What brings you to that game? What brings you to the Cardinals? You like Colt McCoy? Minshew ate us up last year regular season. I mean, listen, and if that guy gets half a game, he probably throw for 2 touchdowns. If nobody knew MLB and NFL is where Higgs hits the bookies over the head. Yeah, we did pretty good. Let's not. Hey, listen, Stevie. You forget. I mean, I know it's not college basketball season. We did all right with college basketball when you jumped onto the show. All right, let's. College hoops is not too shabby. Garoppolo should get traded to the Texans. A lot of X's in Texas. He likes his. He did like a porn star, right? Gucci Garoppolo. Alex says he likes the Ravens. Not a. Harbaugh's won 20 in a row in preseason. I know lines come down. People are, I think, maybe a little overreacted to the news. Excuse me as I yawn. Of him saying no starters are going to rest guys. That being said, it's still, I think you'll see a lot of Willis and Logan Woodside for the Titans, and I'm not a big backer of them. I mean, if I'm getting Huntley and Hudley for half a game, I'll be happy. I think we should be able to score a little bit there. I don't know. I mean, all of a sudden he says Anthony Brown plays the whole game. Who knows what could happen? You know, that's totally different. But I get guys who started NFL games going here versus, again, second, third string guys, fourth string or practice squad guys. I think you have an edge. I think we have an edge. Pirates are up 2-0 now. If I make money on Mitch Keller, hope first five. You went first five. I got a full game going here. I got a full game, and my full game here went down with the Marlins late. Although I pulled out a Seattle game and that Giants. Where's Michael Boyne at? That guy. I don't mind without Lamar. I mean, don't expect to see any star quarterback in this game or any of these games this weekend. I mean, why are you wheeling out Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes or Dak Prescott or Aaron Rodgers or whoever right here? I mean, not happening. I mean, hey, you want to see Jalen Hurts a little bit? I understand. Young, still got a game to build on. Justin Fields, Mac Jones, whoever. Young, a guy like that. All right, you want to give him a series or two, just to get in there, give it, first down handoff, second down, throw a pass, third down handoff, something. I mean, one, you don't want a guy getting sacked, so you want to kind of quick kind of throws there. Not Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson doesn't need that. Josh Allen doesn't need that. Tom Brady doesn't need that. Huge Raisin fan. Well, don't bet with your heart. Can't do that. But in this case, I think you'll be all right. Let's move on to Saturday. Saturday. Chiefs and the Bears. So this was a 2.5-er. Now up to 3.5. Interesting with the Bears. Fields, Trevor Siemian, Nate Peterman. And listen, Andy Reid and this team, what are you doing? Right? This should be definitely the Chiefs are like a top-heavy kind of team. I'm going to pull up their rotation here for QBs here. We have, where's my West teams? Here we go. All right, sorry. Henny, Buechel, Steve Buechel, huh? Shane Buechel. Steve Buechel is like a baseball player. Dustin Crum. Are we going to get a lot of Henny? Are we going to see Shane out here? Big Shane. I think we'll see more Shane than Henny. And the Bear team, Trevor Simeon was a starter. Nathan Peterman is a legend. You see a 3.5 on a game like this, you bet it. This is the Bears. Not that it's a easy. Kansas City, and listen, I love Andrew Reid. Week 1, they're 3 on the road to Arizona. Part of me is like, let's take Arizona. Everybody's going to be on Kansas City. Flip side of that is Andy Reid with time to prepare, game plan, off bye weeks, playoffs. The guy is a golden goose. This spot here, though, he knows what he's got to do. A lot bigger fish to fry. Give me the Bears here. Panthers and Washington. So this line here was a 2.5. It was a 3. I see now pick'ems, -1s, and +1s here for Carolina. I got to tell you, I have Carolina +3. I feel good about it. It is a -1 right now. Washington is a disaster. Forget about like the whole. I mean, the coach situation where they're finding whoever, the owner, they can't find them. And maybe, who knows? Maybe they compartmentalize all that and it turns into a 13-3 season or something for Washington. I don't see it. I think Ron Rivera's best days are behind him. And I'm all for, I told you I see 3.5. That's a big number. 3 here, or it's not even a 3 now. It's down to a 1 or a pick 'em. No reason for this to even be here. I mean, Taylor Heinicke's starts got Wentz he's not playing. I think Heinicke's going to be the starter. He'll go for what, a series or 2, and then we're going to get Sam Howell. I kind of like the Sam Howell though draft pick. That guy was supposed to be the number 1 quarterback last year, and he was supposed to be the big gun there for North Carolina. Him and Cole Kelly. And on the Carolina side of things, let's be honest. Baker, Sam Darnold, I think they'll see some reps, both of them. PJ Walker start a couple. I kind of like PJ Walker. All right, and then we got Matt Corral, Air Coryell. Anybody? That's an old throwback there for some people. I like the Panthers. Let's go back to the chat here and see what we got here. Alex, so not only is he a Raven fan, he's an Orioles fan as well. He's a hometown guy. You start to come hard for teams or players that make you money. I'm all for staying with a team who's making you money, right? I mean, we talked to, Tim was talking about the Orioles today. You find things, you ride them, right? Starting pitchers, got guys who like to bet on a lot. That's fine. But straight betting a team because you're a fan, that's loser, loser, loser. That is a long-term loser. Not trying to derail, but I took Philly live in the 7th. Same fashion. Yeah, same thing happened here, Lane. Same thing happened here. Fading the Bears. I kind of like the Bears a little bit there. Kind of like the Bears. Mr. Nika's here. Good evening, Mr. Nika. Major line moves got me that side in the preseason, right? Tells you he's playing. Hey, here's the thing. Preseason, I've said this before. They limit these lines, right? You can't come in and just bully the book here. They get action. They move them. Is it right? Hey, I thought I was sitting pretty with a 33 in game 1, went down to 30.5, 29.5, some spots. Loser. I mentioned, who do we got here? Carolina. It's at 3. It's, +3. They're 1 now. So am I right? I don't know. Do I like being on a side that moved okay? I mean, I got the Ravens at 4.5. I thought the line was going to go up. It's back down to its 3.5. Um, we've seen some of the totals move. And like I said, you always does it make you feel better when you're on the right side? It feels like you're doing your work, right? Like, okay, my numbers are right. I like this game. I bet it at this number, and all of a sudden I got a good number. Long term, that should make you money getting ahead of the number. End of the day is whether you have it at 1, at 4, if they win by 10, does it make a difference? No. But like I said, it tells you who's playing. Absolutely. Looking at the Pats money line, Giants seem out of whack. They're literally getting into fights at camp. Groovy says fights are good. Yeah, I mean, I saw the one video of the Giants. They look terrible. Again, Belichick, I mentioned his numbers 50-35. More for sides than totals. The total, I mean, listen, you had the over in that game went to 30. Now, if that game opens at 30, am I going under it? I mean, we got a 30 on the board coming up here on Sunday or whatever, Saturday. I'm saying Sunday, it's Sunday football. Preseason totals, and I'm all for week 1 preseason unders all the time. I just think you got all types of things working in your favor, right? You usually have the stars not playing, um, guys a little antsy in the backfield, right? Quarterbacks, new guys, people looking to prove something, new schemes, just working out kind of stuff. It's just an ugly week. That's just the way it is. And you also have why I kind of like unders. You have teams that have these like joint practices before games, right? I mean, they kind of practice head to head against each other. What are they showing each other in practice? Sometimes they'll even have a game. Excuse me, during the regular season, so you're gonna get zero. I see a team that are playing in a preseason that got a regular season game. That is coming here and talk about locks and whale plays. That's a game I'm definitely gonna try to move the most I can on in the preseason. Browns in a 2-team parlay with Dylan Cease and the White Sox run line. Best parlay for the next few days. Groovy, you are insane. I mean, oh my goodness. Why do I think the Browns are losing? All right, next game up here on the docket. Colts and the Bills. Colts are a +3.5. Now they are -1. +3.5 to a -1. How about that move? I was not involved in that move. Had nothing on it. I mean, why not though? If you're gonna get Nick Foles, Ellinger got a bunch of snaps in that, right, for this team. Looks like the right play. The Bills are a team, and this is where I'm kind of like I can't play it like this. I didn't play it to start. Now I wouldn't have laid 3 anyway. I probably would have been looking to take the Colts if I was going to do anything in that game because the Bills are. Let's go. They're a Super Bowl team, right? They're Super Bowl or bust. Case Keenum, Matt Barkley. Those are the two guys. Those two guys who have started a decent amount of NFL games. Those are the guys playing half football against guys who are going to be out on the street doing whatever they're doing in May. They're going to be doing on August 30th. 2 NFL starting quarterbacks versus those guys. I mean, that's a tough one. Yes, the Bills are a team. Nothing to prove. Let's get through this healthy. Round out the roster. Find a couple spark plugs, whatever the case may be. We got a couple position battles, maybe, whatever. Yes. But those are the two backups who are going to be seeing Colts guys. I mean, let's be honest. The Colts think they're going to win their AFC South. I might come in on the Bills here. I might come in on the Bills. Seattle and the Steelers. I think I mentioned this already. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it last week when we were talking games. Give me Seattle in the over here. And over looks good. I got a 33.5. It's a 36. Um, why I like the over? We got some. I think we got some quarterback issues going on here. So do I think we see Mitch Trubisky for Pitt? I don't know. But I do know that we'll see Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph. And I think Mason Rudolph's got a little chip on his shoulder. Started for this team, knows the system. Kenny Pickett, first round draft pick. Then you got Trubisky in there. Yeah, I think the Steelers are going to want to, their quarterbacks won't come in and throw the ball. And on the flip side of that, um, for Seattle, Drew Lock, these guys have to play. I mean, unless I've missed something, and Peacock came out and said somebody's a quarterback, you can't just throw a guy out here for one series, and say, all right, Jacob Eason, you go out there, play for 3 quarters. No. One of these guys is going to first quarter with the first unit. Second guy is going to go at second unit. Maybe Eason gets the whole second half. And then week 2, it'll be something different. They'll flip it around. Somebody's with the ones and with the B's or whatever. Over for sure. And I kind of like Seattle. I don't kind of like Seattle. I bet Seattle. I don't know why I said I kind of like them. Dolphins and Tampa Bay. Miami is now a 1-point fave here. It was a pick 'em. Total 33 down to 31. Obviously, Tampa's got some problems here. I actually bet the week 1. Where's my NFL? Do I have my NFL in front of me for regular season? I just grabbed an under in this puppy, 52, and I didn't just grab it. Now I see that Tampa's lost their, starting and backup center. Dolphins are bust here, I think. Who are we going to get here? We're going to see Blaine Gabbert and Kyle Trask, right? Will this be the Kyle Trask show? He's a Florida guy playing Miami. Why not? Do we see Tua at all? I don't know. Do we see Teddy Bridgewater? I doubt it. I mean, this could be all Skylar Thompson. Got to dig a little bit more. Obviously, it's Wednesday. This game's Saturday. Now, we get a half of Teddy Bridgewater. Maybe it's a Miami play. Maybe. I mean, even with nobody playing for Tampa, it's just not a game I kind of want to jump on. Again, I could probably find a reason to bet every single game. There's the ed. It's there. The information's there. Just you got to pull the trigger if you want it or not. Saints and the Texans. This was a +1.5. Now it is New Orleans -1. I got 1.5 here. That was yesterday. It is down to 1 now. They were a 1.5 dog. So it basically flipped a little bit here. Now, the Saints regular season, you got Winston in there, new head coach though in New Orleans. I believe Dennis Allen's taken over if my brain is right, Dennis Allen? No, Dennis Allen is on. Yes. He was with the Raiders before that. 4-12, 4-12, 0-4. No, Dennis Allen with New Orleans. Andy Dalton and Ian Book. I think we'll see a lot of Ian Book. And my Texan team, we got him in week 1. We got a 9 here against Indy. I like Davis Mills, but I don't think we'll see Davis Mills. We get Kyle Allen and Jeff Driscoll. I like them. 2 guys, again, starter experience. A coach looking to get back in it. Lovie Smith, experienced guy, right? And we got 2 experienced guys here, though. But that being said, I like the quarterbacks for Texas a bit more here. So Texas, the Houston Texans. I don't know why I put Texas. I apologize for that. It should be Texans, not Texas. Let's hit the chat real fast. Astro game is tied. What do we got here? 3-3. I'm sure everyone was going to be all over Verlander minus 3 something today. Not that I wish ill will on people, but like you take a 330 fave and then you're down early and then you come in tomorrow, you'll be all upset. I mean, I had the Mets in Houston. I can't believe they lost. Tyreek, how are you? All right, we're going to wrap up these last couple games here. Dallas and the Broncos. I'm a Cowboy guy. I'm a Dallas fan. I got my Randy White mini helmet. Russell Wilson, I'm guessing, not going to play. Josh Johnson and Brett Rippon. Dallas, though, I'm going to get some Cooper Rush, Ben DiNucci. I would lean Dallas here. Again, Dallas is a team, though. I can't stand the coach. I didn't like their old coach. I don't like this coach. Would I lean Dallas? Yeah. Is this game even going to be like a late ad for me? I doubt it. Rams and the Chargers. This is all San Diego or LA Chargers. They'll always be San Diego to me. We know Stafford's not playing. I'll tell you what. I forgot who was asking in the chat. They're like, "Oh, Bills week 1, 2.5." That game was a pick 'em. The Bills are favored, and I got to think that Matt Stafford's elbow is a little worse than what everybody's letting on. I think we'll see a lot of John Wolford here today for the Rams. I think he's going to get a serious run because Stafford, I don't know if he's healthy. I'm hearing about his elbow. I heard it's like more something you see in pictures. Who knows? I don't know. I was listening to a couple stations talk about it. Changes. That's a big, if true. And yeah, so I'm looking at the Chargers here. We have obviously no Herbert's going to be on the hill, but we get Chase Daniel, Easton Stick, and Brandon Peters. Yikes. Definitely no play on the Rams. But again, that 3.5 hasn't really moved, right? What is it still at? No movement. Still a 3.5. Actually, it's gone up a half. It was 3 to 3.5. Total down to 30. I'm expecting 0 out of the Rams here. And last but not least, your August 14th game. This is, I think, Saturday, right? Saturday 14th, right? Because it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now, this is a Sunday game. The lone Sunday game, Mini and Vegas. This was a 2.5. It is now 3.5. Why not? Based on what you saw out of the Raiders, pitching basically a shutout in a Hall of Fame game. No move on the total there. Pretty much the same. Again, I said before, these 3.5s, to me, that looks like you kind of play on a fave there. Now, again, we saw the Raiders play, and normally that week 1 game is, or Hall of Fame game, I should say, is a game you kind of work out the kinks. So the week 2 is where I want to kind of bet them in the Jaguars because they got a game under their belt, game speed under their belt, opponent under their belt. Yeah, Raider it up. I like it. Minnesota, obviously no Kirk Cousins, right? I don't think we'll see him at all. We got Kelly Mond, Sean Mannon, and Nate Stanley. So Mond is a guy, right? They drafted him. I think, are we going to get a lot of Kelly Mond here? A lot of Sean Mannon? I don't know. I'd still lean the Raiders. Much like the Jags. You're off of a game. You have not the experience, but you know what I'm talking about. You play, you always get that. It's nice having everything under your belt there. You know what it's like. Been through the motions already. And again, it's only preseason, but I think it matters. Yeah, Mr. Nika, we're rolling out of here. Checking in, Corey. I'm checking out. 200 on the Cowboys a few days ago to win the Super Bowl, 20-1. Bills are the only team in the way. Are you kidding me? The Bills the only team in the way? How about the Eagles, the Redskins, and the Giants in their own division? I don't think Dallas wins the division. I said to take the Giants to win the division. Now, you want to take the Eagles to 170? Sure. I would take the Giants at 750 just cause. Exactly, just cause. Dallas has 3 offensive linemen. One of them's perennially hurt. One wide receiver, 0 backups. Their best running back is their backup running back. Everybody on defense, everybody loves their cornerback who that's great. He's going to have 12 picks. That's super. He's going to give up 17 touchdowns. Dallas has problems. Problems. Tim, I'll see you tomorrow. But that's it. That's your look headlines. I'm sure we'll talk about these tomorrow. I will add in my leans on all these little games as well for the public tomorrow. Come back for midday money. Put those notification bells on. I'll see everybody Thursday. Bye-bye. Got to roll on out with the theme music.